organically. Cool. So, the secret and myth being delivered to you today. Perhaps it is being delivered by Vestar or by John. It is an adventure you would all know well. It is the story of Aldine, first of the Volve. Although she has technically created the world, Aldine found it strange. The air she inhaled tasted of her uncle's breath, and touching a tree or stone reminded her of when Mirgal used to rest his hand on her shoulder. Offering comfort to a niece he once loved, Mirgal seemed a part of this new world, and at night Aldine suffered, plagued by dreams and torments. After the early raiding colonies were established, Aldine took her son, Thonir, still not quite a man himself, and the two boarded a small boat called a ferry. She intended to map some part of the world to understand it better, maybe even to convince herself that it was not more than just her uncle's body living on after his death. Regardless, she and Thonir had several adventures as they sailed and rowed their way across the Serpent Sea and up many of the rivers, feeding into it or siphoning from it. One such was when they discovered a passage into the mountains of Turnfall and found a new home for the surviving Vanir. But that is not this story. Instead, on a cloudy day, they headed east, but kept the coasts of the many scattered northern islands always in view. An island no more remarkable than any other, nonetheless caught her attention, and she drifted nearer it, ultimately landing to make camp for the night. Though spring was several weeks away, snow was still covering the ground. Her and her son Thonir slept underneath their furs and inside their hide tent. Yet, Aldine woke to a moonless night sky, the stars crisp and twinkling above her. The name, Aldine, her uncles whispered across the wind. His voice seemed to come from the north, and she chased after it. She was, after all, Aldine of the Vanir. What else would she do in such a situation? She found a trail in the hills, and at its end, a groove and a pool of water that was warm to her touch. Steam rose from it, forming clouds that made it hard to see, making it hard for the outer world to intrude on the inner. When she sat near the pool, the whisper of her uncle's voice drifted away. When she stared into the waters, she did not see a reflection. Hours passed, and she never even worried about Thonir, her son, asleep and alone. She did not think of the lost lands, nor of her dead husband, or the many friends she lost. She thought of nothing other than that she knew she was not seeing. This blindness frustrated her, so she drove her dagger into her face and carved out her eye. She gave it as an offering to the old gods that the Vanir were already beginning to forget. And when she did, she finally saw. She would talk of it often, never the details, but the change. Losing her eye gave her a view of the past, present, and the future. Aldine would visit the island regularly and eventually built a temple there. A temple to this day that is inhabited by the Volve. The moral of that story, Aldine is a badass.
Where did you build the temple?
This temple is known to the Volve and to many raider clans as the Well of Wisdom. No problem. So this is an area that is well known to the raiding clans as the training place, the holding of lore, and the home of the Volve. But that is not a story for today. Today's story involves you all in this hamlet of Hester. It is the 19th of Aldidius. Winter still raging as it has for the past 2 years. The celebrations and festivities have died down from your previous adventures as the monotony of normal raiding life has reawakened. You all find yourselves in the bustling marketplace of Hester, known as the Bazaar of Sales, a location where raiding parties can outfit themselves with gear and possibly a raiding ship. Before we move on to what you see, I would like to hear an establishing shot from our characters that are here taking part in this adventure. So, let's start with the adventurer known as Karond. Can you give us an establishing shot as the camera pans to you all?
Sure. Could you just give us like a quick overview again of this movie, just so that I make sure that nothing is...
Yes, so you are in a tiny Viking village, more of a hamlet. There are no buildings that are over 10, 12 feet tall. And you are currently in a marketplace that specializes in the building of long ships. Snow has put a light dusting over just about everything as the dimly lit sky is outlining everything in a soft glow.
I think Karand is, since he's a little bit of an alchemist, I guess, or an engineer, he is kind of looking around, and his eye seems to be drawn to any small tools or mechanisms that, can sometimes be used on ships, be it harpoons, or if they exist, or something like that. So he just kind of is eye shopping for small tools and things that he might find useful later on. So he's just kind of looking around, walking around, since trying to take the most advantage of the circumstance.
Excellent. Thank you for your establishing shot. Let us continue. Can we get an establishing shot of the warrior known as Eric, please?
This may be contrast to Eric's character, but he's actually leaning over a vendor, looking down on small color-like stones, and he's trying to pick out which one he should choose with one hand, twiddling with his beard. No, not that one. Oh, she might like that one. No, she's more of a red woman. Why should this thing me out for this? She knows I'm bad with this. Okay, I'll take five. And that's him.
You don't know which one she'll like, just give them all.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true married man. Just give them all. We'll find the one that she likes. I love it. Excellent. Can we get a establishing shot of the raider known as Esarok, please?
Yeah, so camera kind of pans to him just kind of shortly after this kind of cage closes. He's kind of shaking hands and he's kind of given a couple silver coins to send a hog off with a letter to the south. He kind of turns around and kind of looks over the city, rubbing at his eyes, kind of tired looking. He hasn't slept very well. Yawn's really loud. His hands behind his head. He kind of looks forward to.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we can spice things up a little bit here during this adventure. Oh. Sorry for the probably seizure-inducing light changing that's about to happen right now. Everyone, let's just close our eyes as that happens.
Yeah, the
Okay.
tired rings are not for lack of sleep, but they are for drinking too heavily.
Excellent. Thank you, Esarok. Can we have an establishing shot of the stranger to this world, John?
John is currently probably pacing back and forth with a book in his hand as he's talking with himself as he's attempting to kind of master his grip on a language of this world that some of you may know, some of you may not know. He's practicing his joking. He's reading the book, he's saying phrases back, and working on his accent to speak the language a little better.
And as a comedic aside, there's probably someone saying, "No, John, it's Leviosa, Leviosa."
Serpent something. It's his big rainbow cat on his shoulder that doesn't actually speak, but he have good pointers because they probably.
Side note, at LEGO Fest today, there is a LEGO character known as Unicat. That is a cat and a unicorn that is fused. It's pretty nice. Thank you. Certainly not least or last here, Vestar, can you give us an establishing shot?
Would this be the same town that he left the group in the last time he was with them, or is this a different town?
This is the same town of Hester that the group has been performing odd jobs around.
Got it. Well, following the signs per usual, Festar strolls back into town with a sack of loot over his shoulder and immediately moves over to the marketplace trying to sell his goods in order to upgrade a little bit. And he kind of thinks to himself, I'm right where I should be. And then moves over to the vendors.
Excellent, everyone. Thank you all for your establishing shot, which is going to lead perfectly into this. As you all are in various locales in the Bazaar of Sales, you notice a human male is near the job board posting up a job. And it is taking him quite a while to do so. He appears to have very frail arms and is having trouble hammering in the nails to the poster.
Who would be the closest one to notice this?
I think the perfect way to do this is rollies. Everyone give me a rollie, and we will say the lowest is the closest. Karan.
Almost saw in that one.
And Haranzo, I would love to see what your dice is, but I cannot.
Oh, I didn't realize I had it on self-roll. There you go, I revealed it.
Okay, it looks like actually Eric is the closest. Eric, you see this individual is struggling, putting this poster into the wanted section here in the bazaar.
As Eric raises his head up after pocketing the stones in a small pouch and tying it to his side, he'll glance over, give a deep, heavy sigh, walk up behind him without him noticing, grab the poster from him, place it on the board, and then stab a dagger into it.
Dunk.
There.
Oh, that was quite impressive. But let me ask you, are you some type of raider in need of coin or in need of some money?
That depends. Do you know where we are?
Of course, we're in the village of Hester. I need raiders to help me, and I am sorry to say this, but you will need a group. Do you have a group that could potentially do this job? I won't spare any detail. I will tell you everything that you need to know.
He'll think back to everyone he's met. Yeah, I got a group. Give me a moment. He's gonna immediately try and find Asarak. Oh, you green bastard, where are you?
And
Asarak, where are you? I know you're here
You're
somewhere.
saying it wrong.
I'll call you Ez then.
Esarok. What do
That's
you
what I
want,
just
Eric?
said. There's a guy out. He's looking for a group of people, raiders, for a job. There's one involved.
Does it look like it'll be one involving... Never mind, I would ask if it involved trouble, but you're going to be there. Everywhere I go with you, somehow we stir up trouble. He'll scratch at his stubble. I can't say I've had a very exciting last week. I'm not flush on coin, but I'm not exactly hurting. Do you know what it involves yet?
No, but it ought to be good.
Oh yes, it will be good. The man stammers in the background. It will be very high paying, please. And you'll probably need at least 5 people.
Yeah,
It
shut
looks
up.
kind of squirmy.
I was thinking the same thing. Speaking of Stormy, you know the other man, the other guy is, what's his name? Johnny.
Mate, I've spent 13 of the last 24 hours drunk. No, I don't know where anyone is. I woke up realizing that I haven't sent a letter home in about a month. That's about all I've accomplished today. Other than drowning my liver in snow and water.
Sorry to hear about that. The family thing.
Do you hear about what? That I haven't sent a letter?
Yeah.
It happens.
Hmm.
What, do you send a letter every day?
Well, yes. You know, being married and all, but yeah. You should get married. Find a woman good for you. They'll loosen you up, take you off the ale.
I'm not bad about getting slammed too often. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know anyway. I'll help you look for the others.
Okay. I'm gonna find that scrawny bastard.
Rude.
And he's gonna look for John.
We have a quick montage here of Eric going from stall to stall trying to find John, continuing to see a skinny person with a man bun from the back and then turning them around and it's not John every time, until, Eric, you discover John, if that is okay, Leah, with him discovering you.
Yes, no, absolutely. You can find the correct
I know that man bun anywhere. John, come over here.
Oh, hello there. Nice to see you again. What's up? He'll come over. I'll put his book away.
We're going on another adventure. I'm taking you with us.
Do I have a choice?
No. And he'll grab him by the waist, lift him up, and
All
we'll walk
right.
back.
Okay.
Oh man, that's getting spicy. As Eric was finding John, would have Esarok went out to discover Karond and Vestar, people that you have raided with before.
Yeah, I think he'd go looking for Vestar. He kind of respects him, so he'd definitely want him along.
When
Vestar is actually in a spot when Isarok is looking for him in the marketplace. Vestar just happens to be right behind him because that's right where he was supposed to be.
He starts to like go to the marketplace, and you're like walking behind him, and he's like, I thought he saw his shadow, and then he eventually turns around and bumps into you.
Isarok, good to see you again.
He grabs at his nose. Esarok, it's not that hard.
It's the accent. I'm sorry.
What accent. It's Jotun based.
I love that. I love that. As we might have to have this as a continuing thing in the campaign. Karan, you hear high paying, and you see this skinny man basically tapping his foot with his arms crossed, waiting for the person who said that they had an adventuring party to come back and to take his money from him and do his thing.
Yeah, and I imagine I also see John being manhandled when he's in direction on the board.
Mm-hmm.
So I think after hearing the high paying out loud and also seeing that, he'll just kind of tail Eric and John and kind of say, "Oh, hello there, Eric, and nice to see you too, John. I see there's some movement, some potential job up for grabs."
Yes.
Some kind of adventure, I've been told.
Yep. And you're coming with us, right?
Well, I hope you left a seat for me as well. Would hate to miss the action, you know.
Of course. In fact,
Maybe this will kill you. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, first let's hope it's worthwhile. I mean, worthy, and then it kills me.
Okay, there's a tier system going
That
on.
is, yeah, indeed.
what's the tier system?
It
Well,
has to
just-
be worthy.
It's gonna be worthy first, and then it can't be unworthy.
Yeah,
then
if
kill
it's
it.
if it's unworthy and kills me, that's like the last 15 times it happened.
Yeah.
But what if it kills you then and you found out I was unworthy afterwards?
Then I wake up the next morning and my search starts again.
We tried with the food saver, but didn't work out too well.
Yeah,
Must have missed that. Sorry.
no problem.
But it's good to see you.
Likewise. Hopefully we have some exciting adventures ahead today.
Yeah, you've been eating well. Kinda light.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I've been eating well. You can put me down. I can walk.
Oh,
Unless this is a kidnapping, but I can just walk.
okay. He'll potato drop you on the floor, just like just a sack of potatoes.
He just falls on.
Well, everyone, I don't mean to jump in here all nimbly-pimbly, but if you all would, I have some coin burning in my pocket and an adventure that needs to be done, a raid that needs to be conducted, if you all have the bones and the back to do so.
Sure.
We have plenty of bones to spare.
Well, we will find out. He will have you all follow him to a local mead house to discuss the job. The mead house is titled The Rusty Anchor. When you all
Best kind.
yes, when you all come inside, the potential patron gets everyone a horn of mead for the table, and then he will explain the mission. Thank you for hearing me out. My name is Zarzan.
Surface pushes his move towards someone else.
Eric grabs it.
The last thing he wants today.
Eric grabs it immediately.
Well, my name is Zarzan. I'm, well, like many, I was not born here in the lands of Grimnir. I was, arrived here, if you understand my meaning.
Oh, from an island?
Of sorts, but that's of little importance. I was an apprentice of a great wizard named Meave. Well, on an errand to retrieve some components from the enclave of Holwick. An attempted raid kept me there for weeks. A fate shared by many others, I'm sure. When I could finally leave the village, I traveled south to see if my teacher, home and study was still standing. My home is on a nearby island. Many people call it Gull Island. When I arrived, my teacher was nowhere to be seen, and the entire place was filled with oozes. Do you all have any experience dealing with such slimy creatures?
Strangely, we do.
Excellent. Well, I was unable to eliminate the creatures myself, so here comes the second kind of twist to this whole thing. I hired a local conjurer on their suggestion to bring forth a mephit made of ooze. And I sent the mephit in to handle the other oozes, but the servant that I had conjured is overdue, and I've had no such communication with them such. So I have two tasks. Clean out the oozes, and, well, give me some information, or report back about the mephit that I had conjured.
Okay, so oozes and a mephit.
That is right.
Who are you? Exactly.
Who am I? Well, my name is Zaza, and I'm an apprentice mage learning the arcane wiles.
Oh, that is why you seem so strange.
And as mentioned, I'm...
Barely a raider, much less a man.
Well, that is quite hurtful that you say so, so I...
Yeah, well, maybe don't be rude to him.
He'll pay us whether I'm rude to him or not.
I am afraid he is correct. You do have me, as people in my world used to say, over a barrel.
Give him a grin. Oh yeah, I'm correct. So you'll take these insults and you'll shovel down the smile. Because you don't have any other choice. Your profession has failed you and your life's work is falling apart. Realizing all those years you've spent with your head buried in books instead of learning how to be a real man hasn't taught you how to spin for yourself.
Well, okay, I understand these insults directed towards this gentleman here, but maybe hurtful to other people at the same time.
You're a good one. I like you.
He has begun to cry slightly as you've said this. There are tears leaving the corners of his eyes. A giant snot bubble has formed on his nostril.
Yourself holed up in a hole. You get out there in the world, you see
Wish I
things.
did. Oh, I wish I could keep myself.
Ah, no, then you'd end up snotting like this one. See, look, he's already trying to make another ooze. Give us the directions to your house. Come on now.
Gull Island is just due northeast here. I am quite sorry for my emotional state. I did not make it to the lessons where I learned how to harness my emotions for power or for controlling them of any sort.
You should try getting yourself a wife. She'll toughen you up. Mine certainly did.
Well, I would love to have a spouse of some kind or type, but I haven't found one that agrees with me yet. Maybe one day.
Make sure you find one that can break your hips.
We are perhaps going way off course here. And he wipes the tears from his eyes, the snot bubble from his nose, and the small loogie that was coming out over his lips. Gull Island is just due northeast here. I believe I could get you all a small dinghy, a rowboat, to take you there.
Okay, a boat. I'm assuming you all know how to sail well, considering, you know.
Of course.
Obviously.
Of course.
Good.
You can't swim, can you?
No, I could swim. I can swim. There's snakes in the water, I've heard. It's called the Serpent Sea. I don't want to be in the water.
Don't want to die in the water.
Exactly.
I've met many good men who have died in water. Terrible fate.
And let's not make any more. Shall we get going then, if he's going to provide food for us?
What's a dinghy?
The jolly boat.
So the boat's happy.
It's like a small boat. A mini boat.
Ah. Then why is it called a jolly boat? You should just call it a small boat.
Well, actually,
What's the
it's very
difference?
interesting. The name Jolly Boat dates back to even like never. Actually, none of that will make sense to you if I tried to explain it. Let's just go, shall we? And leave this poor, very sad man to his books.
Okay.
Yes, and there's the matter of your payment. If you can,
Oh, that's you. Yeah, that's weird.
if you can give me proof that you have cleaned out the oozes and bring back the mephit that I had conjured in one piece, I will be paying you 8 pieces of gold each. If you bring back proof of the ooze's demise, and in the process you slaughter the mephit, I will only be able to pay you 6 gold pieces apiece.
Can you make it 10 gold pieces?
He looks to you, and his eyes narrow as a snot bubble raises from his nostril. His fingers drum on the table. His heartbeat quickens up, and can you make a diplomacy check?
I was thinking, diplomacy.
Yes.
Can I use intimidation?
We're so mean.
We're raiders.
So mean.
Diplomacy, right?
Yeah, you can make a diplomacy check to see, could you potentially make that 10 gold pieces, my good sir?
Okay. Oh man, it's so bad.
He looks to you and he says,
I'm gonna hero point that.
please do.
It's gonna suck, but oh well.
Oh, that's really good. He looks to you and says, how about this? If you can bring me proof of the ooze's demise and the mephit back safe, I will pay you each 10 gold pieces. If you only destroy the mephit and have to destroy the oozes, then I will only be able to pay you 8.
Fine by me.
So you're wanting them back alive or just their corpses?
I would like the mephit back alive. He was a good servant, so I'm unsure of why he hasn't returned, but the oozes that have infiltrated the island and have become a nuisance, I want you to destroy and send to Hell's in Breach.
What's the best way to bring this creature back to you? Just bag it or...
I would leave that up to your discretion, but my mephit, he is a very kind and gentle individual, so if you are kind and gentle with him and use a soft hand, it will probably go well.
Oh shit.
Alright, we'll sing him the rock stew song.
Rock stew song.
Oh god, don't bring that up. Don't bring that up.
It is a catchy tune.
No, it is not.
I've heard of such a song. In my days, people would say that it is, quite a rocking tune.
Right. What direction was your road again? So we can get going.
Well, I've hired a boat service for you all out of the harbor. You will know them. They are flagging people down, and I will send my familiar here. And he brings out a quick familiar. It appears to be a slimy-looking bird, as if someone took a pigeon and threw mud on it.
What is that? What is it? Oh,
It's a
just a
bird.
It's a mud pigeon. A midgeon.
Is that an Is that a threat?
Oh no, this is an interpretation of my soul, put into physical form. It is my familiar.
I
God,
lean
it's
in
lovely.
to Eric and I whisper to him, his soul looks like a pile of turds.
Damn.
I thought he just conjured shit. That's not shit. That's alive.
It's flapping about.
Oh, no.
I don't get mages.
Me neither.
Alright, we'll take your shit bird and we'll bring back your shit assistants.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
And kill your shit elementals.
Yes, be careful. I have been told that those oozes like to try to climb into an orifice and expel certain liquids into those that are human. Or humanoid, I should say. Excuse me.
Eric does one blink. Okay, we're killing it.
Oh, and if you do need to address my familiar, you should call it by its name. Otherwise, it won't answer.
What is its name?
Oh, its name. It is Far From Poopin'.
Far from poopin'. Ah,
Yes.
a noble name. A noble creature.
Come on, shitbird, we're going.
Alrighty, and you can follow Far From Poopin' to the boat that they have rented for you to cross the Serpent Sea to Gull Island. And I can take you all to the map. Is there any conversations or mentionings that you want to have with one another as you are taken to the boat by this wondrous bird?
Vestar would ask them what they've been up to since he's been away.
Oh, I've been... nothing much, really. Just doing work at the home, pleasing the wife and all.
You're such a family man, Eric. It's good to see.
I know,
It's a shame. It's a shame we might die today.
Oh, I hope not. She's making supper. Also, between you and me, do you have any kids of your own?
I do not, unfortunately.
We're trying to have one.
Well, good luck. Kids are lovely. I have 2 daughters myself.
Oh, then you know, like, what should I prepare for?
You can't think for anything.
Can I give you some advice?
Yeah.
I'd start by trying to put it in the right hole.
Damn. OOC, when my wife and I were going through IVF, the doctor did tell us that.
It's important information to know. You know,
It was very what? But anyways.
you, Eric, you've got this. Good luck. I'm sure your wife is a lovely woman and you'll make a lovely brother.
As John says this, Aaron thinks back to his wife with a long ass sword cutting down raiders left and right. Oh yeah, she's perfectly lovely.
Sure.
Excellent. So you all are on the boat to Gull Island, and as a DM, I do need to ask you all: does anyone try to crack their brains, try to think hard about what is coming next to possibly give yourself an advantage? I don't know any other way to say that.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say, can I do a lore check on? Was it a metflit or meatflit?
Yes. So there, you could do a recall knowledge check on mephits.
I spend my time taking apart, repairing, and cleaning my weaponry. And and I tell Eric that I like him, and I was just giving him a hard time.
It is important.
Funny
And
man.
for those doing recall knowledge, you could either do occultism or arcana. The two checks would give you something different. So you could have two different characters do one and then the other. And just inform me which one you would like to do.
Oh, I just sent you all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I could probably do both, since I mean, I don't know how long the trip is, but...
What if you wanted to recall any knowledge about uses and elementals like that?
Oozes, you could either do occultism or arcana. And I could tell you, based on which one you do, what information you get.
Okay, well, given that this guy's a conjurer, I'm gonna try to think arcana about the uses.
Okay. And John, which one were you thinking? Occultism or arcana?
I'll do occultism.
Okay. Okay. And I guess if you would like, if you are a society person, you could try to recall any information about Gull Island itself.
Could Vestar use his terrain lore for Gull Island?
Absolutely, that would be a fine substitution.
Is that correct?
Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to start with John, who did occultism. So you believe, based on the information that you know, oozes and potentially these oozamethits, they might just be harmless for the most part. This wizard is probably overreacting. They're probably more of an annoyance than an actual threat, based on your occultism check.
Okay. So, we probably don't need to worry about them. Shame.
Now,
Sorry.
Now, Karant, you know this, that oozamethits are one of the most powerful and treacherous fiend with an innate ability to control oozes. They are a threat to the actual multiverse that you have found yourself in. So you need to do your best to slaughter this creature before it can usher out a ooze apocalypse. That is what you believe.
Oh. Okay. So I guess when John mentions that we shouldn't worry about them, Karan just kind of slowly turns his head towards John and kind of narrows his eyes and says, "Sure."
I'm actually well read on the subject. I just finished a book not too long ago.
The book I read is a little bit old, but I think this could be the beginning of Ragnarok. I couldn't say it with a straight face.
Vestar
Okay.
nods and laughs at that. Yes, finally, we're here.
Yeah.
Aaron tries to cling to the boat while laughing.
Or actually, on the topic of summons and whatnot, and he'll point to the far from Putin.
Far from Poopin, yes, it is standing in the boat. If this is cool with you, John, right next to Thorfinn.
Thorfinn is eyeing Bar Poopin like it's tasting a snack.
So am I correct in thinking that thing is kind of similar to the adorable Thorfinn?
Yes, I believe he called it his familiar. Thorfinn
Yeah.
is mine.
So like, he mentioned it's like a representation of your soul in some way?
No. A little bit. I like cats. I think Thorfinn's a bit different, than a regular familiar, though.
Your soul's very colorful, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, Karen will just kind of look at the stark contrast between a poop bird and a colorful kitten with a...
It doesn't look as ugly as that one.
And say,
Agreed.
I'm just gonna say, if that's what, the two represent souls, that tracks.
Well, you know what they say about the eyes, too. The eyes are the window to the soul. He points to his own eyes, which are all rainbow and iridescent.
Yeah.
They are? Is that true?
I mean, it's just a common phrase. I'm not sure if it's actually true in a real... It's a metaphor, I think.
No,
That's
it
all right.
makes
Look me in the
sense.
eyes. Look me in the eyes right now. Can you see my soul?
I'm not doing that.
Now,
No, it makes sense. I mean, given our literal fairy tale that was told to us by our narrator today, you give your eyes, you see things.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I won't say I have any intention to gouge out my eyes, but I understand what you mean. The eyes are important for knowledge.
But if you were all for knowledge for one of your eyes, which would it be?
But if I had to pick, pick which eye I want to give? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, yeah.
Pick the one that Aldine picked. Believe me.
I guess I don't have a preference, so I would do
That
what
would
Vesta
be the
was.
wise thing to do. Be to
Yes.
follow in her footsteps. And if I was to say you wanted someone to look into your soul for truth, Eric, you should probably see a real Valdir, not like the one in this village. A real seer.
But we have a seer right here. And he'll just pat John.
A seer in training.
Well, no. I'm not in training.
I
Oh,
wasn't
you're the
meant
real
to
deal.
insult you with that. It was a compliment. You haven't been inducted, but you could be.
Who knows, really? I haven't really talked to any other wolves ever, so I'm not sure if they like me very much.
One thing that you guys do constantly hear under the undercurrent of this conversation is Far From Pooping trying to speak to Thorfinn. Far From Pooping seems to have a strange way of communicating, as it only seems to be able to say its name over and over in kind of weird tones, as it goes, Far From Pooping! Far From Pooping! Poo poo poo! Far From Pooping! Poo poo poo!
Thorfinn is not pleased. I think he's gonna just kind of go over here and he's gonna go hang out with John.
The raider that they hired to row the boat doesn't seem to want to weigh in on any issues. They seem focused on just rowing. Their powerful back steering you through the Serpent Sea.
If the Farperpukin talking gets too annoying in the conversation, Current will just kind of reach out with his hand and just close his beak and just hold it while we're speaking.
It tries to make noises through its beak. Now, Vestar, you made a society check, or excuse me, a check based on the knowledge about the Gull Island. You know this. Strange ghosts and spirits haunt the islands that surround Hestar. Those who dare to set foot on them are cursed to dwell in the darkness that surrounds these islands. Some even say the Jotun walk in the misty shores of said places.
I'd be careful saying that name.
And this is, of course, information that is inside of Vestar's noggin. Whether they choose to share it or not is up to them.
He will make it safe for them to hear. Maybe dress it up a little bit.
I love it. if you had to make it safe, how would you deliver that information in such a way that you don't immediately make these people jump into the sea and swim back to shore?
These guys are rated. The 3 of these guys, I'm pretty comfortable with them knowing, like, the ins and outs of the way the world is.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm kind of worried about, and I don't want them, like, running away or being a coward or, you know, we're all large raider gentlemen and we know how things work. We're trying to get him up to par with the rest of us. So he will just say it in a way so that John doesn't go crying or wet himself or anything like that.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
And if I need to use diplomacy, I will.
We won't. We'll listen. We dress it up nicely.
I love that. So after, we will say, an hour of rowing, you see that you are coming to the shore of Gull Island. The island is very similar to some of the islands near Hestar, which boast ruins made of wood and plaster buildings. There, you can see at the top of the hill-shaped island's peak your quarry. Now, when you arrive at the beachhead, can I have each of you, who feels that this would be appropriate, give me a nature or survival check as you arrive at the beachhead?
Do you want for hidden?
You can give it to me out in the open.
Alright.
If you're willing to roll survival for me, I'd appreciate it. I'm not at the computer in a second, having to clean up a mess.
I have been there. I've been there. I feel like Haranzo and I are spirit brothers when it comes to pets, if that is exactly what it is. Wow. Okay, Karand, perhaps what Vestar has said has got you excited to maybe find yourself a worthy death. For those of you who rolled above a 15, you notice that even though this island is called Gull Island, no seabirds seem to be actually landing on the beach, on the rocks, on the trees, anywhere.
This is a bad omen.
Maybe they just don't like the weather there today.
The raiders, the raider that is rowing the boat doesn't seem to want to move any further. He is staying on the boat that is still in the shallows. They are not moving out onto the beach. Those of you who succeeded on this check, so that would be Esarok, Eric, and Witchy John, you will receive a +1 circumstance bonus to your next initiative roll for becoming aware of this potential danger.
Yay.
And our next section is I need to take you to a map. And I see here that we have some exploration activities being done. So if we would like to do exploration activities, which I had written in my notes here, please be my guest. We have detecting magic from John and defending from Vestar. And I need
I don't think Eric is the type to be as subtle about this. He's just gonna unsheath his halberd, swing it over his shoulder, and just walk off the boat. so he wouldn't be doing one.
Excellent. Well, as you make your way up the beachhead and to the hill, it doesn't take you long to find this structure that you have been sent to take care of. The front door lies in front of you.
Oh, that's the door, sorry.
As you all stare at the true enemy of every adventuring party. What do you all
Vestar
do?
will get his stone out and let it start floating around him.
Absolutely.
I think it's just torchlight, so if do you want me to give myself, can I do it?
Yeah, if you want to give yourself torchlight, you can. So, everyone, Vestar pulls out a gray stone, and then something miraculous happens. I believe Vestar's stone begins to float around his head, almost as if it was a planet floating around a larger celestial body. Which is pretty dope.
Eric will see that. He'll look down to his pouch, pull out the stone, toss it in the air, watch it drop. He'll just look back and forth.
Well, maybe next time then.
He'll pick it up.
I am gonna cast light on Thorfinn, just in case it ends up being dark in there.
Excellent. Far from Pooping is following behind you all, walking on its little bird feet.
Is this crow gonna with us the entire time?
Seems like it.
Far from Pooping! Far from Pooping!
Alright, far from Poopin, how about you hang out with me so you don't get accidentally slaughtered by anything over there?
Okay. It doesn't say that. It says Pooping! Pooping!
I let him hang out on my shoulder if he so wishes, but I will not be happy about it.
Don't let him go on your shoulder. Whoa.
It'll jump up and it's very slimy. It's as if someone took a stuffy or a stuffed animal, dunked it in mashed potatoes, and then put it on you.
Oh, I hate this.
That's not gonna wash off.
It's alright, it's okay.
We'll head up and go take a look. Let's reach this, check this place out. And I will gently try to open the door partway to kind of peer in.
So here's what you see as you look into this place. There is a lone table facing the entryway in this windowless chamber. The floors are slick with moisture, and a putrid smell hangs in the damp air. A trail of filth leads to an open door opposite the building's entrance. I'm going to move the camera woman inside. Camera dog, excuse me.
Good question. I don't know the analog.
So, Vestar, as you look forward and step out, something happens. Let me pop that out for you. The space right in front of the door poof, opens. You can attempt to grab an edge to avoid falling.
Oh no. That's an athletics check or an acrobatics check?
To grab a edge, this is a reflex save, usually at the climb DC.
Lovely.
And your hands are currently not tied behind your back or restrained. So you all see the floor go underneath our friend Vestar's feet. However, he is able to grab a hold of the ledge. Vestar, as you look down, you see that the debris, the sediment that had built up on the floor is sizzling as it hits the bottom of this pit.
It's doing my job, finding the traps. Can someone help me out?
Why does he have to do it? Wait.
Are you okay?
I'll lean
fine.
over and kind of grab you with one of your arms with both of my hands and try to.
Just like the
help
ice caves.
hefting you up.
Just like the ice cave. Oh yeah.
Oh, don't remind me about that place.
We'll keep an eye out for more, preferably before we step on them.
Then this is where Vestar dropped. Air's gonna see the steps in front of him. He's
Oh.
gonna jump across to the one right here.
Let me just go ahead and reveal this to you guys so this makes sense. So this white square represents the entirety that has fallen out. So this whole square, it was two like double doors that dropped.
Can you jump across here?
I believe so. Doing a jump or a leap, you can make it across. A long jump would probably be preferable.
He'll do a long jump.
Yeah, I'll follow suit, kind of back and forward.
Do I have to make an athletics for this?
No, you do not need to attempt an athletics for this specifically, because I'm going to say the jump is easy enough. You don't seem to be stressed, and you can just leap across.
Alright, let's try this.
Oh shit, I forgot John.
Help!
Yeah, John was looking at that hole like, I don't know about this one.
Air's gonna jump back across.
I
Yeah.
can probably make it. Maybe.
Sure.
If you can't, we'll be on this side ready to grab you.
Alright, well, I don't know which one we want there. Saying the failing to make the jump or asking Eric to just drag me across.
I can toss you across.
Alright, I will swallow my pride if you're able to toss me across.
Okay. He'll pick him up bridal style. Throw him back 10 feet. And then leap over.
Absolutely.
I just told Thorfinn. He's pouting.
You've got a kind of a centipede sort of situation going on because you've got Eric holding John, who's holding Thorfinn, and John is also holding the Far From Poopin, who's just sitting on his shoulder the whole time. Good stuff.
That was a third. Yeah, Kern will also jump across with a long jump.
Yes. As you guys make it across, something becomes very clear. You smell something terrible as you make it into the room. You also begin to hear squelching.
Check under this. I'm going to check under this table. There's a lot of doors, a lot of ways to go.
Hold on, I'll make
Probably
this.
more traps as well.
Nesruk's gonna kind of lean down under the table, make sure there's nothing stuck in it, underneath it, or any drawers to pop open.
You worry too much. We've already overcome one trap. I think the rest is fine. And Air's will just move around.
It would be careful.
Oh, you're worried.
No, I am careful.
It's fine, see?
If Zanzar didn't tell us about this trap, who knows what else he didn't mention in his job description.
Maybe he's not so smart after all.
Oh, I don't.
So
Oh, that's weird.
as you guys turn around, you see sliding out from underneath a door. You see a creature that looks like this. As it lets out a squelch, I'll stop the music as it looks at its next meal, and I will toggle.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
It'll toggle its combat state as it looks like it's ready. to come
Oh, it's
whoop
over
that
here?
ass. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't see because of the wall.
Goddamn
That's
wall! Okay,
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's the it makes sense.
I'm sorry everyone to have to put that up, but it's part of my job.
We have a +1 from
Yep,
danger stuff on the boat, right?
that's correct. Okay, so the creature begins to let out a large type sound as it sees you all. But it is not going to go first. Not this time.
Fight.
Karant is going to go first as this ooze has appeared.
Well, speaking of which, here are the uses. Karan will pull out his bow, given the distance. And can I shoot sort of around or over Esarok at the use, or should I step aside?
You'll probably want to step aside just so that Esarok's meaty body isn't providing any sort of cover.
That's fair. Okay, I'm gonna... what is it? Step or whatever. Just 5 feet, and then I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the ooze.
Ooh, that is a hit. Unfortunately, I do have to inform you of this, and you're going to be real mad, as this creature is immune to critical hits.
Oh,
Oh no.
Being a creature made of pure oozy ooze. So 1d6 plus 5. So it's going to be... Is that just 11?
It'll be a 1, I think.
Yeah, it's just d6.
Okay, cool. Oh no, I'll take your first damage, so I'll just do 6.
I'll do it roll. Because I didn't see a damage roll before then. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just take your first d6 you rolled. So you launch an arrow into it. The arrow gets sucked into its body and it goes... And you see that the arrow begin to pass through the creature's oozy body.
Well, piercing seems okay, so hit it. That's my turn.
Alright, Eric, you hear squelching.
Eric, why are you closing?
Because I'm wielding a very large halberd.
Okay.
I'm a giant barbarian.
No one
It is heavy.
No one be near him when he turns left.
Exactly. Okay, first action, he will rage.
Yeah, he's wielding like an oversized anime, plow, gut-sized greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the arrow go to that side, he will then spend his 2 actions to sudden charge.
yeah.
Oh,
Another
look
one?
at
Right here.
that. Cool animation.
Actually, he can attack from here because he has reach. So, yeah. And since, wait, no, it has to be within melee reach, so would have to still be next to it. And he's just going to swing. A critical hit.
Okay.
Double damage.
Oh my gosh. 2d10 plus 10. So 14. Yeah, this creature, because of its oozy body, doesn't seem to have any particular weak points. Oh. And it takes that damage.
Nasty. Oh, it's turning all over my clothes. Oh, go fuck yourself.
It
Oh,
sells you.
He'll end his turn.
Okay, Esarok, you see this creature. Even though it has been hit well twice, does not seem to be down yet.
Yeah, Yeah, so I will grab the crossbow from my back and kind of heft it, aim down its sights, and study the creature for a moment, making it my prey, and then I will strike out at it.
Alrighty. That is a hit. And I believe that is for 6 damage.
Oh, is it like auto-rolling the damage just for you?
I think it is.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. You guys are rolling, and then it...
Yeah, it private rolls the dice for the damage for us.
oh my gosh.
Enough.
I don't know
That's
why.
I rolled it myself this time because it was like.
I wonder if I need to change a setting in Workbench.
Maybe, because it comes from you rather than from us.
Yeah, I think you might just make that player thing for one workbench.
No issue. Oh my gosh, it's... But continue your turn as I look at that.
That is my turn. I pulled up my weapon, made it my prey, and shot at it.
Alrighty. Alright, this creature is up. Let's see here. The creature sees all of those tasty morsels down below it, and then it has this creature right next to it. So it is going to stride as its first action.
You son of a bitch! You just look. I don't have attack of opportunity.
Well, it's a dumb ooze. It has no tactical ability at all. It will then stride one more time.
Hey, get back here! Fight me! Fight me!
It's like...
What did you say about my mother?
It will then produce a filth wave.
Well, good.
That's a great name.
I love.
Oh
that.
wait, does it not? It doesn't. It can't get everyone. Oh, that sucks. Hold on. It'll have to just stride one final time
Oh my!
because it can't get any of you guys in its emanation. So everyone forget that it can do that. It just strides 3 times.
Yeah, but we can see like filth building up in its mouth as it gets closer.
It's getting all bulged out. You see its wavy energy is building up. It looks like Cell at the end of the Cell games when it was gonna just take everyone with it. John, you're up. This creature is getting bigger and bigger like a bag of popcorn.
Wait, John, touch his chest and teleport out.
That power. I'm going to first action we use a recall knowledge check on it to see if it has any weaknesses or immunities or resistances. If that is
Good here. Absolutely. You can use occultism or an applicable lore skill here.
alright. Well, I don't think a lore academia will help too much.
No, unfortunately not. If only you had lore Plato.
Only. I'll just roll it on
Wow. Okay. So you know that this creature has a ton of immunities. It's immune to acid, critical hits, mental, precision, unconscious, and visual abilities. This thing is a son of a bitch to try to attack. And to make things worse, it has no known weaknesses.
Ooh, it's resistant to mental damage.
It is immune to mental.
Is it immune to everything with the mental tag, or just the damage?
For this, let me just check once again on its character sheet. Monsters. Ooze.
I have a spell that has the mental tag, but it deals force damage.
Okay, it says mental, so it would probably be immune to that based on that trait.
Damn. Okay, that's good to know though. So I will not be using my reality flare.
Oh,
Okay.
good explanation here. Because it has the mental tag, a mental effect can alter the target's mind. It has no effect on an object or a mindless creature, which this creature is.
That guy is okay. No problem. Then I will. I want to get out of its way, so I'm going to stride with Orphan on my shoulder. for my second action, and then for my third action, I'm going to just I cast shield on myself because I'm a coward.
No, you're not. You're with us.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Thanks. And that'll be my turn.
Excellent. All right, Vestar the Luton. This oozy creature is coming for you.
All right. Well, you move here. And the blue light of Luta appears in both of his hands. And he drops a bless. And that's his turn.
Okay. As the turn marker is running over to turn marker number 2, something that you probably didn't want to happen happens, Carond. This door flies open, and you see that there are 2 oozes behind it as they scramble hungrily. And they are going to get added to the initiative tracker.
God damn it, that's another thing I can't see yet.
You walked over there.
I know.
This is just ping pong.
Yes, it really is.
All right, Karan, you are up. You see these 2 creatures are going.
Well, that complicates things. I think Karund is gonna try to hide behind the table first from these zoos.
Beautiful.
So let me find. Is this? No, it's not sneak. Sorry, can't find the stealth for some reason.
I will do nothing in particular. Do you need the bonus action macro dragged into the chat?
No, I do have it. Just for some reason, it doesn't have stealth as far as I can see.
And sneak.
Oh, sorry, probably not stealth. It's hide. No, sorry, wrong game. Okay, having hidden, I'm gonna try to attack the ooze then with another arrow.
I gotcha.
Is it flat-footed or no?
So here's the pecorino on the pasta here. This creature has motion sense.
Okay, so it's not.
So these creatures don't actually appear to have eyes at all. They seem to sense people through their movement and vibrations in the ground.
That sucks for Rogue. Well, that's fine.
Oh, buddy.
Still.
Oh my gosh. Now, could you guys see it this time or no?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, if I have my rolls set to Ghost or Ninja, it hides your guys' rolls that come out. But man, okay, so...
They just have a really low AC.
Yes. You takes 3 damage.
Alright, and then Current is actually gonna stride slightly. Well, can I see that this ooze is building up a lot of acid that he might try to unleash?
Yes, it is ballooning up as if someone was trying to fill it full of too much water.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna stride slightly away. I'm gonna stride maybe over here so that I'm roughly like in range to run, but far away for whatever this ooze is gonna try. So, yeah. And that's my turn.
Love it. All right. Esarok, you see that now there are 3 oozes.
You skip me.
Oh, sorry. Eric. My bad. Eric.
No.
Oh, you're lucky you're his friend. Stride forward. Actually, no, he'll stride up to here. And second action to strike it.
It's like hitting a jello jiggler over and over. It just goes.
And deals 13 damage to it.
Yeah, good hit.
And you know what? Yeah, he'll do it again.
Alrighty.
Because why not?
Alright, let's see what you got. Alright, even with the MAP. Oh my gosh, you are dealing so much damage with your rage.
Dying barbarian, man.
Excellent. So it takes 16 points of damage. And it dies. It turns into just a little flat puddle of ooze.
Ezra will turn his sights to the door.
Eric will end his turn.
Absolutely.
Study this one. Picking up my prey. I will reload my crossbow. And then I will fire with another +1 because I'm in less range.
Hell yes.
Ooh, hefty hit.
Wow. That's a lot. Absolutely. So these creatures appear to be immune to precision, so it looks like it would take the 14 minus the 1.
Okay. I will untoggle that for this encounter. We don't have to worry about it.
Sure. They are a spooky creature.
Alright, I try to pick out vitals, but there are none, but it's still a nice shot into it. But that's all 3 of my actions, so
Okay.
pass it over to Sewer Ooze, number 1.
Sewer Ooze number 1 gurgles. And it will stride forward with its first action. And then it's going to stride forward with its second. To get right up on y'all. It is going to use its final Pac-Man to unleash a filth wave. Here we go. So it looks like it's only going to get 2 of y'all, but that's alright.
Oh wow. Oh jeez.
Oof.
Right outside it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Okay, so if you fail, it's a negative 10 penalties of speed for 1 minute. No one critically failed, but you will also take 3 acid damage. And I believe if you do fail it... Oh, yep, you can drag it out onto your character just like that. Alright, that is Sewer Ooze. John, you saw everyone just get covered with this thing's green ichor.
Yeah, that's super gross.
I assume I take half damage.
Now here's the thing. In this... Usually it says it's a basic save, and it doesn't say that, so... Let's say you take half damage. I'm going to look into these monsters for next time you face them to see if you actually take 0. But go ahead and take half. All right, John. Tell me, what do you do?
I feel like I should. I'm going to delay until the end of the sewer ooze, the next sewer ooze's turn. I'm going to delay it.
Absolutely. So if we put you at like 5 point...
Sure.
Like that? Okay.
That's close enough, yeah.
Okay. So the next sewer ooze is up. The sewer ooze. It's all that it covered Vestar and Esserok in its goop. So it's going to start striding up. And it doesn't want to be, just an everyday ooze. So it's going to stride up to here. And it's going to target Vestar. And it's going to try to use its pseudopod against him. But it is a miss by 7. So it weakly smacks Vestar with its oozy tentacle. And that is it for it. So then we are to John, who delayed.
Yes. All right. 2 actions. I'm going to electric arc both of them now that they've both gotten into range. So that's targeting 2 of them. So they both need to make reflex saving throws.
That's not a good save, and that is a worse save, or it's about as bad. So they're both going to take 8 electric damage. It's electric.
Woogie woogie.
They both look wiggling as they are supercharged. They don't appear to take extra damage. Keep going. Sorry.
They don't appear to take extra damage. They just take regular damage.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. Last action, I am going to look over at Vestar, and I'm going to target him with the hex.
No.
No. I'm going to give him fast healing. I think 1. 2. Fast healing 2. So I can drag that spell effect over here too. And here it is.
Starting to look like a raid boss over there, Vestar.
We're not done yet.
I just love it, the spell effects. You just drag them over. Oh.
I love Bless so much. I'm just going to cast it every combat.
I know, Bless is awesome. I love Bless. I love the animation that comes with it too. But yeah, that'll be my turn as I infuse Vestar with the power of rainbows.
Vestar, you are empowered by what some people call big gay energy, filling your very soul. Please tell me what happens.
It's probably, I'll just say it bootstraps rainbow power. I don't know. It's very like Rainbow Bridge energy that comes from John. It just, since Vestar is a holy man himself, it sort of bootstraps his own energy. When Vestar casts spells, there's a lot of blue, and that's partially what gets amplified when the rainbow effect hits it. All right, so my turn. I think the first action is going to be increasing a bless aura is 1 action, correct?
Yes, to sustain it? Or is it just to increase?
To increase the aura size.
Yep, that is 1 action.
Okay, I'm going to see if this works. Hey,
Yep.
it did. All right. There's 1. He's going to raise shield for his second one. And he will... cast guidance on himself.
Hell yeah.
That's my
He's a
turn.
raid boss for real now.
He is a raid boss for real. Karand, before your turn, give me 1 moment. I just had something delivered at my door. You can take a second to consider.
He just gave you guidance immediately.
It gives me the spell bonus. Oh, right.
I wonder if the spell stipulate the end of your turn? Is that when that goes away?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Maybe that
Okay. I don't have to do anything really. I just put the meaty on
so far, taking his ass.
You guys are like the 90s Power Rangers, just finding ooze, kicking its ass, and doing all of that. And I am back, so Karan, whenever you're ready, you can take your turn.
Well, he'll strike first. And he's going to shoot an arrow at the closest wolves. So,
Excellent.
4 damage.
If you guys could crit these things, you would already be done.
Yeah. Too bad. think I'm gonna take another arrow at the disadvantage showdown. Oh, yes, it's
Oh my gosh.
That's so
I'll hit only if only.
It's the one, buddy.
Well, okay then. And that's my turn, that's all my actions.
Okay. Eric.
Do I want to be in the blessed aura, or do I not want to be in the blessed aura? Tough decision. Nah, he'll be in the blessed aura. Alright, he's going to attack the ooze that's in front of Vestar. He's going to tell him to duck as he swings his oversized halberd over his head.
That's our die.
Alright, here we go. Let's see it. Okay, that's a hit.
That's low. Third and final action. One more strike.
That ooze falls apart. There's only one ooze left.
Okay, third and final action. Strike on that one then.
That is a hit.
Alright, he's then going to turn his gaze over to Esarok and tell him to... What you waiting for? Get in here. We're having all the fun.
You're blocking my sight, you idiot. I can't hit it.
Go around me.
Alright. I'll go around. To you. My second action. I reload my crossbow. My third action. I guess I'll shoot it without it being my prey. It's immune to precision damage anyway. There we go. Max
Wow.
damage.
With that, the ooze pops like a balloon, covering everyone with goo, as you are all gooed up. There appear to be no other oozes that appear, but something does come running out of the room as I end the encounter. A creature comes running out with its hands up and as it screams, "What's happening? What is happening? Tell me what is happening!"
Oh, I want to kill it just because it looks like it. Oh god, I hate it.
Eric's going to put...
It looks like something that would appear in a fever dream by Charlie Day.
Eric's going to put away his halberd, so he's no longer clumsy.
Are you the Mephrut?
I am a Mephit. My name is Nazraz. I am a Mephit from a plane of slimes, and I have been conjured to help, well, my master get rid of all of the oozes.
Are there any more left?
It looks at the oozes on the ground. Well, I don't believe so. It looks like you have killed them all.
Alright, awesome. Eric runs over, tackles him to the ground.
Oh, you brute! What are you doing to me? Stop! As it's beating its fist against your chest. I do not
Come with
consent
us.
to this. Oh,
Come on with us.
what are you doing
Ask
to
them
me?
nicely. You don't have to pick up people every time you want them to go. So you could ask them to walk with you.
I will give
wanna
you.
look around this place.
I'll give you one more chance to unhand me, you brute, before I have to defend myself.
Alright, fine.
Oh. It stands up and it straightens its oozy body. You see it like take its hands and kind of smooth out the Eric impression that was left on its torso.
So
Give us a tour of this manor.
Oh, I can show you around. Are you sure you want to see everything? Most of the, fine establishments, the fine furniture, was torn apart by those oozes.
Yeah, I'm sure we want to see everything.
You have any?
I really like ooze-covered furniture. What can I say? I'm a connoisseur.
Ooh, do you like ooze-covered mephits?
At a distance.
Oh, it says with a...
Appreciating them like art from afar.
Hey, John,
Yes.
what's a connoisseur?
Do you want the actual definition, or do you want like the layman's terms?
Just shorten it for me.
Right. Well, I believe the dictionary definition is one who understands the details, technique, or principles of an art, and it's competent to act as a critical judge in it. So, someone who knows it really well.
That's... Thank you.
Well, if you will all come in here, I'll show you the dining hall. Ugh. It says.
Does your master still live here, or is he kind of out now?
Oh, my master sent me here to take care of those oozes, but my strategy was to, starve them out and then return back. It was taking quite a while.
Did they eat anything?
Oh, well, they ate all of the important things quickly. Anything with significant or magical energies, they went to right away. And then they started eating all of the foods, and then all of the scrolls, then all of the books. And then,
What's down here?
well, this is the dining room, and that is one of the courtyards. They ate all of the statues and the benches. So you have to stand on your own 2 feet like a savage.
I ate all the magic items. Damn it. That's what I was hoping for.
We're not thieves. Well, maybe.
Fester will put some remains of this ooze in his mug.
Alright, well, pretty good tour. Thanks.
Mr. Ooze, we still need you to come with us.
It looks to you. Are you sure? You're such a brute. Do you work for my master, or are you just some random vigilante?
I'm going to say yes to both.
Oh, I don't know if I can trust you. You're going to bring me out onto the high seas and then Shanghai me.
I don't know any of that means, but
It means he thinks we're going to mug him once we get out into the sea.
there's literally nothing on him for me to take. It's just ooze.
You might try to take my innocence from me, I don't know, or my good sense of humor.
1, ew. 2, well, tell me the joke.
Oh, well, all right. Why do champions wear chainmail?
Why?
Because it's holy armor.
Fester laughs heartily at that.
On second thought, you could keep your humor.
Oh, well, all right.
You want to hear my favorite joke from the silent king of the Bandir?
Oh, I would love to hear this. Jokes are a common trading item among the mephits.
It was a good joke, wasn't it?
Oh, I get it. Silent king.
Wait, he didn't say anything. What's the joke?
I think the joke was that he didn't say anything at all.
That's a joke? Not saying anything's a joke?
Well, I will agree to come with you, but only if I can stand next to this man here. He points to John. You and your adorable cat. You appear to be the least brutish of all of them.
Well, actually, Karand over here is quite not bad. He's a upstanding gentleman.
Where's
And
the
he's
shit
also-
bird?
Nah, John is definitely the puttiest of us all. You should definitely stand next to him.
John, grab the shit bird. Grab the slime boy.
Right, okay. I pick up the shitbird.
Excellent. As you grab the shitbird, It squawks and says, far from poopin', as it stands upon your shoulders.
And alright, Mr. Green Goblin, let's go, right? You can stand next to me as long as you maintain a non-touching vicinity.
It's like a real daycare.
I'm very weak. My legs are quite small and not very muscular. Could I perhaps ride on your back?
Sure.
John, are you sure?
Just
Look at it. It's dripping from his nose, hands, feet.
I just want to get paid to go home at this point. Look, it's you can climb on the back with Poopin and Florpin. That's fine.
That's alright. I kind of feel bad for John.
Why? It's like a walking daycare. It's...
The slimy creature climbs upon you, John, and is as if someone gave sentience to a plate of French toast, and it climbed onto you. And the French toast was slathered in syrup and melted butter.
I just close my eyes and pretend it's some kind of backpack.
I might take that slime actually. That sounds really good.
Oh god.
Karan feels a little guilty for completely rejecting John's proposal.
You know, John, I could take the bird if you want.
The bird? You're not gonna take the bird, not the gremlin that's on my back?
I like that everyone sees your nurturing nature.
I mean, I would, but he seems kind of offended by me, so,
I am quite offended by him. Look at him, he's so brutish. And he tried to, manhandle me like I was some sort of villain.
Hey!
I know, he does that. It's just a way to show you're his friend.
I mean, my wife does it to me all the time.
It's affection, you know?
Exactly.
That feels like you're sharing too much of your personal information with me.
I mean, am I?
Have you
Am I
lost
sharing
any
too
more
much?
toes?
No. I mean, if you want me to stop, I'll stop. No?
Maybe next time you can bring your wife and we can all, get to meet her and we could all go for supper afterwards.
Oh, she'll love that.
But let's just bring this weird sludge and his dumb bird back to the summoner and we can get paid and I never have to think about this ever again.
Don't worry, I'm sure the next adventure I find you for will be thrice as mean. Or I'll look.
I will hold you to that, actually.
Looks to the sky like make it happen.
Some awful god, some terrible Jotun just looks to you and says, okay.
Let's head on out. Unless there's anything else we want to loot from this place.
No, it's all trash. Just grab the slime bodies, put them in a bag or something.
Wait, hold on. He grabs the chair. Okay, we're good.
The chair.
You have a wood chair.
Yes. This is my wood chair. This is no one else's but mine.
Can you take one for me, too?
Alright, fine. He'll take the second wood chair.
Yeah.
Only chairs.
I'm
Is this some sort of a ritual that I'm unaware of?
Oh no,
Chairs look nice.
also I just sit on a stool at home and it's rather uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Do you not have one?
Not as of recent. I'm more of a traveler, you know.
I have the chair I had him take for me, so when we get back home, you can just take the chair.
I don't have anywhere to put it because I don't have a home. At least not a stationary one.
Just stay with me while you're nowhere.
Oh, that's nice. That is quite nice. Okay, I guess I can make it the housework gift, and Karen will go grab a chair.
We all got chairs.
How have you started?
Yes, sir.
Best star, Esero,
Yeah.
would you like a chair?
I don't have any place to put it, so I will decline for now.
Star, you want a chair?
Let's just
I've been staying with that seer.
I'm good.
Okay, but can you carry one for me at least? Thank you.
That's so
Be
silly.
careful.
I want to watch you run over this pit with all those chairs.
Wait, who?
Row the chair across.
Wait, Eric, can I sit in the chair and you jump over while all the creatures hanging off me?
Okay, sure.
When you both fall and die.
We ain't. Watch.
Give me an athletics check, please.
Eric will attempt to go punch himself. Okay, wait. It's been an hour. Do we get a hero point?
Absolutely, you guys have another hero point to use to jump over this pit.
Okay. He'll take it at 15 feet step. And he'll run with John and everyone else on John with the chair over the pit. And let's see, athletics, it's a jump.
I trust Eric with my life.
You should not.
I believe this was said, but you guys did see a bunch of rocks fall off of the trapdoor into the hole below that immediately began to sizzle when it hit the ground.
I trust Eric with my life.
Wolf,
I will hero point that.
you should.
Ooh. Okay.
Son of a, that was almost a 20.
A 15 is just enough.
Oh, thank God.
It's 10-foot gap, so okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was going to give you a slight bit of penalty because you're carrying not just one, but two medium creatures, and a bird, and a chair, but a 15 is enough to correct. And a cat. But you clear the gap.
I knew I could trust you.
You're welcome. OOC, you really shouldn't. He's far too reckless with his own life.
I trust him.
What I was imagining in my head was going to happen, you were going to try to jump, and Eric just runs right into the hole down below and melts everyone in whatever is down there.
Okay, who's next?
I assume that everyone else just crosses safely and normally to avoid potential death or injury.
Yeah, I'm gonna like throw the chair there first and then jump across.
The real question is, does anyone try to do exactly what Eric just did and, potentially kill themselves in the hole that totally doesn't have a, what's it called? The remnants of a gelatinous cube at the bottom.
Oh my God.
We would have been fine.
No, we wouldn't. I'm sorry if I get you killed, but no.
Maybe Pathfinder's gelatinous cubes are like not as deadly, you know? In the systems, like not being deadly, makes sense.
Who lied to you?
Alright. Oh man, okay. We have everyone accounted for. Did we need to do anything else?
No.
I'm just gonna give you this. Don't fuck Willow. That's what my players learned last week.
Don't fuck Willis. That's fair. Unless you got magic missile.
Oh my God, there's no, they're. I think they're immune.
No. I guess it depends what kind. But either way, we should keep going. Back to the boat. Should we keep a lookout? Because last time there was freaky golds that didn't want to land on this island. We ever figure, is that connected to what we just did, or is that just completely another another story for another day.
The ooze will speak up. Oh, I actually know about that. This island seems to have some sort of connection to the other world. You know what I speak of course. The realm of the fairies. It seems to have that type of energy about it. The beasts of the land can sense it.
Oh. Are there any points on this island that would be someone will be able to study to learn more about the realm of the fairies, or?
There is. When I was trying to find a solution to the oozes, I found a group of standing stones, but I think we must get out of here. I want to see my master again. And if I'm guessing correctly, you'll be wanting your money.
Yes, definitely, but would you be able to... I know your master is this other guy. You want to come work for me for like a week? And we can come back? You can show me where the standing stones are?
Yes, that sounds like an amazing prologue type mission that I would take you all on. And since I have tasted, absorbed, I rode on your back. I haven't done anything like that. I would be glad to do so.
Maybe you gotta make it clear.
You can see kind of through the creature's translucent body, and John, you can see that flecks of your skin and hair are kind of floating around within the creature's body.
What the fuck, man?
We can discuss this later when we're on the boat and you don't need to be on my back.
Perfect.
So, next adventure, rescue John? Is that what I'm hearing?
You guys are going to go to these standing stones on Gull Island. You're going to turn around and just come right back. Okay.
Let's go right back. Yeah.
So I'm going to take you guys to this map. So you've made your way back down to the rower, who immediately gets everyone onto the boat. Now, with this guy on it, the ooze method, and it's going to take you about an hour of rowing to get back to the town of Hestir. The entirety of it, this method, will fill with stories of his life from the plane that he hails from, if you would like to hear it.
I really rather not.
I will tell you that they lack proper bones, and everything they touch leaves a stain almost impossible to get out.
No, go back to the part about the slime princess.
You want to know about the slime princess? Are you sure?
Yeah, in great detail.
Oh.
Now let me ask you. You have a regality about you. Are you some type of noble?
That's his response. He just goes,
Wait, hold on. I'm interested in this. Are you?
I'm a raider.
Is he lying?
Well, his skill set certainly confirms that.
Yes, but he's talking big words. Words I don't even understand. And again, John does the same thing.
Sorry.
Eric, that's not hard.
What do you mean?
I mean, there's some words you don't really understand often.
Like, he said, what? I know what connoisseur is.
Yes, you do, Eric. Good job.
The creature looks to you all and says, "So, would you like to hear more about Galaria, the Ibn Enchantress from my elemental plane of slime?"
Is she the slime princess?
She is. She holds dominion over the slime court.
Oh, see, I am amazed. Is this actually canon? Is that a real thing in here?
I guess you'll have to find out.
Oh no.
I will listen. I will take notes about the slime princess and her court.
Your DM will send you all of the information about that and her harrowing tales, and perhaps you one day can ask the Slime Princess for her help in ending or preventing the events known as Ragnarok. But that is a story for another time. Let me take you all back to the town of Hestor, so you can collect your pay. During the boat, was there any roleplay that wanted to happen between player characters? NPCs not included.
Well, Karant, I am sorry to disappoint you again. That was very worthy.
That's alright. If things, I've kind of getting used to that. I think it'll be some time before we meet something truly magnanimous and terrifying that would be good to die to.
I'm sure.
But in the meantime, we can prepare.
Well, I wish you luck with that. My time in Hestur has been extended for far longer than I anticipated. So I do have to head back to nowhere very, very soon. But you're more than welcome to come by whenever, and hopefully I'll be able to see you all again.
That is fair. And I'll bring the chair.
Wonderful. Sounds good.
I love it. Do any other PCs take the bite?
Yes, or
I don't understand where they're going or coming from, but what, huh?
this whole thing about there being a home and whatnot. You want to handle with that minds?
Do I want to what?
Have dinner with the wife and me.
Wife and I.
Maybe one day, Eric, but not today.
Hey, Vesta, are you free?
Yes, I'll go eat dinner with you and your wife.
Yes.
Is she a good cook? Fair enough, fair enough.
The small raven will go, far from poopin', poop, 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 as it pecks at Eric.
I buzz off.
Poop, 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 poop. It's pointing at its beak. Everyone, you think you know that it's trying to ask to be invited to dinner.
Everyone can use a little pooping in their dinner time.
Oh no!
Okay, that's alright. I have literally no idea what you mean by that.
Yeah, who says that exactly?
And with that, you arrive back in the hamlet of Hestor. It is a short walk from the ferryman to the rusty anchor, where your patron is waiting for you all. The whole time, this
Drop the bag of booze on the table for him.
makes a flat, slapping plump, and the ooze mephit, known as Nazraz, which is definitely not Zarzan backwards, will bow deeply to his master and climb onto his back, kind of taking almost the shape and form of a boa.
Snake or like the scarf?
Like the feathery scarf that drag queens wear to accentuate their outfits.
It's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Orphan.
Does Thorfinn then hop onto your neck and take a more boa-like appearance?
he only has a cat, but he'll kiss on my shoulder and sleep. And think about turning into a scarf, but I can't. So fucking sad.
Hey, if you have your own ooze method, it can do that.
I'll work on it.
Zarzan said, I am grateful for you all for giving me more opportunities to work with my servant here. Though his behavior is quite annoying, I will tolerate him for just a bit longer, and it seems you have brought me proof of the ooze's demise.
Yeah, you didn't mention there was a pit at the front door.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot all about it. After you know of a trap's location, and every day you just don't even think about it. You just dodge past it. It becomes part of your routine.
I mean, yeah, none of us fell into it clearly, but it would be useful to know.
Can we have our gold?
Of course. Here, as promised, 10 gold pieces for each of you for rescuing my Mephit and for clearing out the house on Gull Island. I will be departing there soon to continue my arcane research.
Do I have the gold in hand at this point?
Yes, you do.
Most of your furniture is destroyed, as well as all of your magic and research equipment.
And we took 4 of your chairs.
You all are a bunch of dicks. Where am I going to sit now?
All the destruction wasn't us, that was the slimes.
Well, if I was a little bit stronger, I would take it upon myself to stomp a mud hole into each of your bottoms. But since I am not, and I fear that even by saying so I have drawn your ire, I apologize. And, well, thank you.
Zarzan. I have to head back home to nowhere, but I'm very interested in the island you're currently hanging out on. Possibly in the future, would I be able to visit just for a brief amount of time to investigate the island?
I see no fault in that. Of course, you can come and visit myself and my Mephit here on Gull Island.
Yes, the Mephit and I are very bonded now, so I would love his assistance in finding some things on that island.
Oh, did it eat some of your skin?
Yes, and my hair.
That is the beginning stages of bonding.
I look forward to it.
The next stage is you have to craft some pottery together. It's taking the little spoon position, and then myself, I had to take the big spoon.
Oh! I will not be doing that. Thank you.
I apologize. Maybe this was too much information.
It's good to know for the future if I need to bond with a Mephit. One of those things. Thank you for the money. Thank you for the chairs.
Go on, Zarzan. Spoon.
Well, thank you all. I must begin taking my leave. I'm sure the boatsman is waiting for me with bated breath to take me back to my home on Gull Island.
Also, you would have happened to have seen a blue kobold while we were waiting, right?
He looks at you.
Not this again.
A blue kobold, you say?
Yes.
And you see his eyes sparkle. I do know of such a creature.
Is he here?
A blue kobold, when I first arrived, tricked me out of much of my money, much of my clothing, to tell you the truth. And lo and behold, I had to find myself. It's a very mercy to stay alive.
See, this kobold's a menace.
I never caught its name, either.
If it makes you feel any better, It may have taken your clothes and your pride, but it took my toe.
Your toe? How did it take your toe? And why?
You don't want to know.
Tell me, do you have delicious piggies? He looks at your feet. You don't have to answer that, of course.
I'm not.
Well, I guess that will be the final cut for this episode, as the creepy slime wizard stares at Eric's feet. Like Quentin Tarantino, staring at Selma Hayek's feet at the midpoint in From Dusk Till Dawn.
I'm telling you guys, this Popo's gonna be a major player in this campaign.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
John will just bid everyone farewell, because he has to catch a boat to go back to nowhere.
Enjoy wherever you're going, John.
Oh,
Stay safe.
thank you. You too. Hopefully we'll meet again soon.
Looking forward to it. And you, Thorfinn.
He meows. He purrs.
Later, John.
I need to find a place that has more glory than this.
Well, I hope you'll be able to find something soon. If you ever find yourself in nowhere or on that island, feel free to stop by.
We will.
Just gonna wander off into the snow.
Ah, so Vestar. About that dinner. And Eric orders off the Vestar.
Yeah, he'll walk with Eric.
Unnoticed by the party, unnoticed by everyone, a pair of yellow eyes stares through the window of the rusty anchor. Blade drawn, scales shimmering in the low sun, as it licks its snout, waiting for its opportunity to finish the job.
This motherfucker. This motherfucker.
Thank you all for playing in this fourth of our prologue adventures here in Raiders of the Serpent Sea. I had a great time playing with you all, and I enjoy the group chemistry and dynamic that is being created by you all. I will give you guys my availability for our next adventure, but I am hammering out being available consistently, constantly on that Sunday afternoon time, so I will continue to update you all on that. So hopefully that will work for us moving forward so that we can move into the campaign proper. I know that these adventures are fun, mostly lighthearted, and allow for character development and growth and building a bond between you all, but I imagine you are wanting to find out what the hell is this thing on the left-hand side of the screen. Not that, but this! The serpent that seems to be larger than long ships and larger than a very mountain itself. What could it be? And why?
There's your glory right there.
Yeah, guys have fun. Go off, I guess.
That's a good death right there.
When I saw
Can I
this
just
thing...
say-
Go ahead.
I'm so happy we conjured forth a blue kobold as an enemy. just a one offhand comment about a blue kobold and bam, he's
He's
standing.
gonna get us. We're gonna run the fight him.
One offhand comment. I think 80% of your RP, buddy.
It's like once every game, okay?
He looks
Be
at
the fighter.
he looks at each of you with a bloodlust unseen from this world.
That kobold killed my wife.
he went to Earth, killed your wife, and came back.
Yeah.
He took your daughter's favorite stuffies.
No.
He was the one who got Kuran cursed. I don't know what he's done to Esarok yet, but he's done something fucked up. Esarok, you may have parked your wagon at one point, your horse, and this guy moved it so that your wagon or your horse was ticketed by the raider police.
Bastard.
And of course it ate Eric's toes.
He did more than that. Took my money.
He slept with his wife.
Hey. Not that far, okay?
Oh, Eric, you seem extra big tonight. Cobalt.
This is a fucking Pokemon? Cobalt. Why are you so generous? Usually you're just so focused on yourself and screaming in rage.
I can't wait for us to meet Eric's wife, and she's just the best woman. Alright, she needs to come raiding. We want to switch Eric out for his wife. And Eric is the house husband.
You know, at some point, I think I'm gonna end up doing that with one Avenger. Oh, Eric's at home. He's unavailable.
Absolutely. He's got a honey-do list. Cool. Well, everyone, I hope that you guys have a good weekend and a good week. I will drop some more information in the into the chat for when our next adventure is coming up, and I will need to share the information of the Slime Princess and her origins to her evolution to becoming the pulsating queen.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that to be in my notes.
It's all serious Raider stuff. Pulsating queen? Question mark? Cool. All right, everyone. Well, I'm going to end the